Experimental stuff here. We're going to do some more experimental stuff here on Gye-Nyame. And see how this will affect the performance of the show so that we can have actual documentation of everything that we are working on here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Soon y'all will be seeing some other stuff change. So before we get started, the black signal has went out. I've also sent out some emails, and I don't know how well the email app is working, but we will work that out. It appears that we are streaming on all cylinders. We on Facebook. We on my personal page. We on Gye-Nyame Journey. We on YouTube, the Gye-Nyame Journey YouTube. We on Twitch, and we on Periscope. So family, if you would, I heavily suggest that all those family members that are serious about Gye-Nyame Journey, or at least serious about what we're doing, or at least want to get something free, join us at gnjmedia.live. Once again, join us at gnjmedia.live. Let me go on and make sure that I'm able to post that up so that you can join us. Also, I want to do a little bit of talking about the importance of the black signal towards some of the stuff that we are working on right now, and get that working. We're going to have some news. We got news that we're going to talk about. Let me go on and type this in before we get started. This is our Toast and Talk, so we got time today. Be sure to go to gnjmedia.live and subscribe so that you can participate in our giveaways. Also, family, I want to go on and make sure that you know that you can register with the black signal by typing in G and J and texting. Well, let's start over. By texting G and J, the letters G and J. I'm gonna put it up here. Type in the letters G and J and text them to 25456. Once again, text G and J to 25456. I'm going to type it up. Join the black signal. What is the black signal, Brother Hatim? Join the black signal by texting the letters, I'm putting it in quotations, G and J, to the number 25456. Now, family, the reason we put this together is that so we can get in touch with our family, local as well as internationally. This is a text line that I'm able to reach out to each and every last one of y'all to let y'all know when we got events going on, let y'all know when we're doing our evening podcast or our Toast and Talks. You know what I'm saying? For those that are more hardcore, and you want to be part of the Daily Toaster Brigade, you know what I'm saying? Those individuals that's here and that receive texts when we get up and we do the daily toast on a regular basis. This is the Toast and Talk, which means we usually do this, allow people to sleep in, but the Toast and Talk is a totally different thing than the Daily Toaster List. Now, the Daily Toaster List is for those who are hardcore Gye-Nyame Journey followers. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore. They in the tribe and they say, listen, I got shit I need to work out. Right? What do you mean, Brother Hatim? Let me explain this. When you get up and you toast your ancestors on a daily basis, because we at Gye-Nyame Journey, we pledge to keep this going. So, like, for example, Brother Hatim go to the hospital for surgery. somebody in Gye-Nyame journey is going to pick up the mantle and be able to carry on until Brother Hatim recovers. Brother Hatim dies. Somebody in Gye-Nyame journey is going to be able to do this. This is one of the reasons why we keep on telling people, go on and donate and stuff like this. I'm trying to teach people how to hit the donation jar and stuff like that, because I believe we bring a value. Because what we're talking about is celebrating our personal ancestors. I mean, because we got some magnificent people like the Marcus Garveys, the Harriet Tubmans, the Elijah Muhammads, the Sojourner Truths. We got Frederick Douglasses and the Booker T. Washingtons, and we got some magnificent ancestors. But I started this show because I felt that in many ways we were overlooking some of our personal ancestors, those individuals that poured into us. And I wanted to make sure that they had a platform by which we were celebrating them every day, because they celebrated us every day, even though we might not think that they celebrated us every day. Let me explain. My grandmother would cook dinner every day, and we would have sit-down dinners every day. For the life of me, I have not been able to recreate the environment that my grandmother was able to create, but she created an environment whereby, let me tell you this, it wasn't until I was in my 20s where I could just freely go to a refrigerator, open it, and get something out to eat. My grandmother had the environment totally controlled. Powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because when it was time to eat, we ate. Right? You understand what I'm saying? You missed dinner time, you missed. Nigga, don't come in unless you was doing something constructive out in the world. You couldn't be out kicking it. You couldn't be out with your friends. You had to be either working, or if you was involved with something with school or sports and you came home late, she would make accommodations for you. But other than that, you had to be at the dinner table. And I always want to remember my grandmother for this, because one day I want to be able to simulate that, or at least inspire somebody in my family to be able to simulate that. You know what I'm saying? Holidays, we knew where all the holiday meals was going to be. There was no debate. There was no discussion. I don't give a fuck if you got a new house. I don't care if you built a new house. We knew at holidays there was a certain place and a certain time we were supposed to be there. For example, Thanksgiving dinner took place at about 1 o'clock at my grandmother's house. Holiday dinners took place about 1 o'clock, because that's about the time they got back home from church. You understand what I'm saying? Those family traditions. And I set this up so that I personally could remember my ancestors, but I started realizing that many of us out here were not recognizing them. And I wanted to take time to remember those people who had a direct impact on our lives. I'm talking about direct. I mean, we could talk on a national level. On a national level, Malcolm X is incomparable. When it comes down to my everyday life, Malcolm X pales in comparison to Cleveland Brown. You understand what I'm saying? Malcolm X set a grand expectation, a grand model for me. But Cleveland Brown set a down-to-earth, touchable, and able to discuss with example for me. You understand what I'm saying? So this show was designed to help people to get in tune with this. So when people join the Daily Toaster list, right, these are individuals who want to take it upon themselves in some form or fashion to check in the Gye-Nyame journey so that they could be reminded, not that they, you know what I'm saying, they could be reminded and add their energy to us celebrating our personal ancestors. All right, so I'm going to put that up. Toaster. So for the bold and the brave who want to be part of the toaster list, the daily toaster list, where we are up early on most days. And you want to receive that text so you can join us? You know what I'm saying? Text the word T. Oh, my fault. I put capital T. It ain't even got to be capital. TOASTER to 25456. Boom. That's for those bold. Those that saying, look, this year I want to celebrate my ancestors. And this is the challenge I give to all the people that's on my daily toaster list. Family, take yourself off the list if you are not receiving the benefits of getting up and toasting your ancestors. We toast them every day. The Toast and Talk is an extension of that. So on the weekends and some days, vacation days, you know what I'm saying? This is for the bold and the brave. Because Eastern Standard Time, we up like 5:15. You know what I'm saying? Doing the toast. We do this every day. And I want y'all to know, I'm serious about this, right? Because I don't need those that's falling off. Right now, the Daily Toaster list is very small. The toaster list, the daily toasters, the true daily toasters, that list is very small. You know what I'm saying? And I got individuals that tune in and can take the test, can take that reminder beat that every morning they know they're getting a text from me. All right? So, and also, like I said, as far as Gye-Nyame Journey, we're trying to bring a value into your life. You know what I'm saying? If you're not receiving that value, then get off the list. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not receiving the benefits of toasting your ancestors every day, get off the list. Because I'm not trying to hustle nobody. I'm not trying to do any of that. But what I'm letting people know is that we bring a value. So with bringing that value, we're asking people, hey, support us. You understand what I'm saying? So now, I know y'all like, Brother Hatim, you did all that goddamn talking. You ain't done yet. Now, what I got to do is now, I got to update the Gye-Nyame Journey Media list on Facebook so that I can go and make sure that I'm streaming to all channels. And then once I know that people are coming in, we'll start our song and then we'll get into our discussion. And it's going to be a nice discussion today. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a Kuumba. But Habari Gani. I know some of y'all out there know, right? Habari Gani. If you don't speak the language, what's the news? Habari Gani means what's the news? Your response for this day that we are on is Ujima, right? Ujima. That's the news right now. The news right now is Ujima. Now, but for us in Gye-Nyame Journey, because we track the days of the week through the Nguza Saba, right now we are on Kuumba. And like I said, I can't wait till it aligns again, because what's going to happen is that we have been broadcasting in this method for exactly 7 years. When we started tracking the days of the week by the Nguza Saba, right? We started where when you would say Umoja, we was on Umoja. Every 7 years, that lines back up, right? One day, either it's going to be one of my kids or one of the warriors or somebody is going to be able to take my place, because soon, I'm 51 now. You know what I'm saying? I might, let's say by 80, 90 years old, I might need to give it up. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else is going to step in. And the piece is, we got to make sure that there's something here for them to step into and take control of the helm. Some resources here so that they could do this on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Because enough of y'all, I know for a fact that once you start toasting your ancestors, shit start working for you. Right? Now, I don't have no scientific proof for that yet, because we don't have the people right now in the mind state in our circle to start researching. But there are questions that we can ask, because Kwame has identified this for us. Kwame can help you set up this type of the type of questions where you can start noticing small little differences in the trajectory of your life, because you are because you are plugged in to a process in which you are toasting your ancestors on a daily basis. Nobody can tell me that Geneva Brown and Cleveland Brown and Miles Brown and Margaret Ellis and Wash Ellis and Cecil Ellis are not impacting the trajectory of my life right now. I'm being blessed by those who went before me into the unknown. And my life was blessed because they made space for me to be able to do what I'm doing now. And I'm saying, family, start recognizing your own family, right? Because when we talk about Ujima, right, I need y'all to understand Ujima goes a lot deeper than just you, right? Than just you. I'm trying to find it. Goes deeper than just you and all those that are alive with us right now. Ujima go a lot deeper than that. Just letting y'all know. It's a lot deeper than that. Okay? Ujima, collective work and responsibility, is collective. And one of the parts of our collective that we left off is our personal ancestors. This is why I'm on this. I'm on this because we have, in a sense, let that part of our family just move on. If you look in some of our traditional ways of being, we always left a space or a plate for those ancestors so that they could feast with us on those feast days. Gye-Nyame Journey, we just do that every day. We toast with our ancestors. The water that I ingest, you know what I'm saying, is empowered by our ancestors and by your energy. But anyway, let's keep it moving because I know a lot of y'all busy. Y'all, I don't know if it's some after Christmas sales that y'all catching and stuff like that. I will be opening up the lines. I'll be opening up the lines so that we can discuss. If not, we'll go through some of the news because y'all, like I always say, you know that I ain't shy, so I'll do this shit all by myself. I do a show all by myself. For some reason, maybe we're not streaming on Facebook. What's going on here? The Spreaker is up. But okay, well maybe I might need to let's unpin the Kwanzaa celebration from day 2. We will be streaming tonight live again. So I hope to see some of y'all there. And family, I want to give a round of applause to the family members that's been coming out. Y'all been showing out. Y'all been showing out. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? Because in order to keep Kwanzaa free, we got to do fundraising. I know y'all be like, Brother Hatim, y'all always doing something. You can't have a community if we're not financing it. We have to finance it. We have to find ways to make some of our needs that our community can support. That's called a staple. We have to understand this, family. That's why I was talking about soap yesterday. I know y'all be like, see, but I'm just trying to tell you, once you start supporting certain vendors and certain businesses in our community, see, because I'm not just like buy black because they black. I'm about buy black because they support black. We need individuals that are totally, in a sense, supported by us. So that when we take a hit, they take a hit. So this means that they have to get out in front of the community and be like, don't you touch them. So those soap makers, because soap is a necessity. Hopefully, soap is a necessity in some of y'all lives. I know some of y'all don't like using soap, but soap is a necessity. But yet we buy a majority of our soap from people outside our community. But I'm guaranteeing that every last black community in America today, there's somebody in your community who knows how to make soap. Shea butter. Shea butter is shea butter or some type of skin moisturizer. But I pick shea butter because shea butter not only can help us finance some small businesses in our community, but it also can develop a connection with Africa. Whether we're talking Ghana, whether we're talking Nigeria, whether we're talking Senegal, whether we're talking Sierra Leone. You understand what I'm saying? It establishes some international trade because over there it grows. We could import it here at an affordable price and sell it to our people at an affordable price and still be able to make a profit and build something from that. But I know a lot of y'all ain't hearing me. But every last one of y'all wake up ashy. And I know after you use soap, you're going to need to put some moisturizer on your skin. Alright? So let's go on and I'm editing today's broadcast. Boom. Sharing it on Goose Sabas. Sharing it on Folk Tip for Grown Folks. Sharing it on G&J Energy. I ain't figured out how to get rid of that one yet, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to share it on Magic Hour because I keep getting dinged on that shit. We're going to share it on Hot Tim's page. Facebook then developed a page just for me. Some shit. I done been broadcasting so long, they developed a page just for me. So now it's time for us to get into the song. So go on, get relaxed, grab your glass. Let's hit it.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Take that breath. Now, grab your glass with some water. Get your pitcher of that water. Lift that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink. Or should we say, move, then drink. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. This is most important. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Now, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Or should we say, breathe, drink, eat, move. Those are the 4 pillars. Drink half your weight in water. Eat according to the appropriate diet, but hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. drink, drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, 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 family. I want to welcome y'all today. We're going to do the toast and we're going to get into some conversation because we do have some news items that we can discuss. We also need to talk about the principle of the day. I mean, there's a lot of conversation that we can have. I don't want to carry on the conversation by myself, but y'all know I can because I've been practicing for over 10 years talking to my goddamn self over this shit. So, like I said, family, it's like consistency is what I strive for. You know what I'm saying? Even with the G&J Mall, right? I believe that if you build it, they will come. And you just have to have the patience to wait for them sometime. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, in Gye-Nyame, I ain't going to say Gye-Nyame is a democracy. I don't believe in consensus. But I do believe that each individual has a certain skill level. And you got to respect that skill level. So certain people in Gye-Nyame be like, we don't need to do it no more. We ain't getting the support that we was hoping for. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I leave it up to them. You know what I'm saying? But, consistency. I've been consistent on what I've been doing. I know y'all be like, well, what about the evening shows? Well, I mean, the evening shows kind of pale in comparison to the daily shows, the importance of the daily toast and the weekend toast and talks, because I could convert the toast and talks if we get it to the point where we needed to get it to where I could cover the things that I would do on the Kujichak and the Ujima days of the week. You know, because y'all see Brother Hatim be out here working, right? So, the help drink that we're going to do for the day, because remember the rules are very simple. And on Gye-Nyame Journey, when we do the toast and the talk or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whether it's toast and talk or a regular show, have a help drink. So, I'm still waiting for my ambrosia. I just got the honey, so I'm going to have to get the honey batch together. A lot of work. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do it once I get up to, like I say, I want 30 to 50, 100 gallons a month. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I'm getting old. So it's like lifting those buckets and making sure the honey is gone. Because, that honey got to be moved. It ain't going to just dissolve. You got to move that shit. So I'm still thinking about that. But anyway, the health drink for the day is a super veggie drink. Vegetable juice, not from concentrate, original. I ain't gonna show the title because I ain't being sponsored. I'm trying to get some sponsors, goddammit, so we can do this on a full-time basis. I ain't gonna be like, what you do for a living? I toast the ancestors in the morning, nigga. What else? What else do I need to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip-hop philosopher, spiritual activist. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do for a living. So as you can see, I got that nice thick, it's basically tomato soup. But, tomatoes got the strongest. But it's 14 veggies in this drink. We're going to do our toast. Then we'll move to the talk. All right, so family, Habari Gani. The proper response, for those who don't speak the language, is Ujima, Habari Gani. I say Ujima back to you. We are on the great day of Kwanzaa, Ujima. But far as us, we are on the great day of Kuumba, which is creativity. So, what we're going to do is we first are going to raise our glass up to our creator by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We salute that creator and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Very simple. From there, we move to our list of our ancestors, which is extensive. I want to thank those that trust me with their ancestors. Miles Brown, Zane, Robert, and Texas, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Chris, Fanny, Gaston, Leonor, Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Tulich, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pittmanell, Noma X, Petmine Rob, Malika Ford, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, and the Luster Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trish, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Dolores Henderson, Calvin Spradling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Well, Libby the Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, Tisa Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keishla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hanny Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Edward Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Pina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russ, Jeannie Monae, Sheena Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Angela Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Ines Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winfrey Scatterbay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hodge, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Michael Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Leon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensible, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Brother, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleaves, Day Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Don Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Willen and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Thomas Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, a Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Brother Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, Wynn Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Elton Houston, Lil Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Jr. West Staten, Joel, Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lady Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Loa Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Miro Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Neville Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Arthur H. McNeil, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Corporal, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We have also Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lady Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Stina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Edda Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Tashawn Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al-Alti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey out of Cleveland, Victor Bowden, Trisilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Natty Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow. Family, we raise our glass to all of our ancestors that combine us. As a tribe, we lift up our glass and we salute each and every last one of them. And we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. Right now, in the present moment, right now, we are on Kuumba. And I want each and every last one of the family members to open up their reticular formations, get focused so that you can track down Kuumba. Where's Kuumba happening in our community, family? And it's happening in a lot other ways than the ways that we have been traditionally taught to see and to look for creativity or Kuumba. So, family, activate those reticular formations. Get out there, find it. Now, for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba means creativity. Right now, the demonic principle of the day is order. The color is orange, as you can see by the shirt that I have on up underneath. I got on the orange Daily Toaster shirt. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Amma. We want to give a round of applause to all of those Kuumba babies. Round of applause to all the super babies. Man, also, all right, here we go. So, moving on. So, we raise our glass to the present moment because the moment is all we have. With the energy from our ancestors and the blessing from our ancestors, we move forward in strength and power, securing this moment in this moment in time, in this moment in space. We are securing it. And we're expanding it and reaching out and grabbing the resources so that we can give our children space, time, and resources so that they can make the changes in the world that they need. We raise our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Very simple. From here, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, family, it's that selfish toast. What is it that you need in your life right now to make the move towards the higher you, to move towards the best you? We raise our glass for that. We hold it up for you for a second. We say, Ashe. From their family, last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, the most spectacular, the most beautiful, uplifting, outstanding individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Let's taste this. God damn, that's sweet. How much sugar they got in that shit? 12 grams of sugar. Lord, I don't know when I get done. Why was that? 12 grams of sugar. God damn, I felt like I was drinking a pop. Mm-hmm. All right. What's up? Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. They're finished? All right, family. So I have to go on to get my kids. I thought we was going to have more time. Plus, ain't nobody here. Unless somebody call in. Because somebody call in, that's going to force my wife to have to get up and go get them. If nobody going to call in and y'all ain't going to save me, let's just talk about this real quick. And I'm done. All right, today in Kwanzaa, we are on Ujima. Ujima is the principle that states collective worker responsibility. Now, Gye-Nyame, we believe that all the principles work from inside out. So there's no unity out here if there's no unity in here. There's no Kuji-Chagalia out here if there's no Kuji-Chagalia in here first. So when we're looking at collective worker responsibility as far as Gye-Nyame, what we're looking at is first establishing collective worker responsibility within, and then we could find it without. Because if it's not in here, you're not going to find it out there. So, Brother Hatim, how do you practice collective worker responsibility? What's the collective? The collective is the 5 parts of the being. What are the 5 parts of the being? We got the spirit. My fault. 5 parts of being. We have IMESP. We got intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Okay? 5 parts of being. When all 5 of those parts of beings are working together, you can form a fist. Or you also have a hand that can work all together to grasp things and lift things and move things. Right? So we have the model for every last principle that we work with or we talk about in the Nguzo Saba. But first, all of them have to work from inside out. They're 5 parts of being. We don't have time to talk about it now because I got to go get my babies. But family, I want to thank y'all, those of you that took the time. Remember to hit up the tip jar. You know what I'm saying? Go to gnjmedia.live. Tip is a tip button right up at the top. Also, check out our merchandise. Also, if you could take some time, check out our free e-course. I'm going to post that up for you. Check out our free e-course. And we got a few other e-courses that's going to be popping off. I just got done talking. I want to help Brother Malik put a e-course together for y'all as well. I want to help Brother Kwame. I want to help Elder Tony. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, because we have a wealth of wisdom in our community. And I want to make sure that we all have access to it so that we all can learn the things to help us heal, because there's a lot of healing that has to go on along with our march towards reparations. Because even with all the protections that you hear Brother Hatim talking about that has to be provided by government, you know what I'm saying, we still have some personal healing to do. Lineage therapy, as Yvette Carnell calls it. We got some therapy that we have to do and some major healing that we have to do so that we can be wise with our money, right? So family, this is Brother Hatim. I'm up, and I want to thank you once again for supporting us, and I will see you at Kwanzaa tonight. I'm out. Peace.